What are some interesting or fun Christmas traditions you follow? This is one I know is almost exclusive to my family, gifting children pineapple chunks on Christmas. It started with my grandmother, who always gave my dad dried fruits in his Christmas stocking. When that got too expensive, she started putting canned fruit in. I've also heard that it could be because those big gift hampers you can get usually had pineapple pieces in them, and they were the only thing my grandmother couldn't re-gift, so she gave them to the kids. Either way, even after my grandmother passed, my grandfather made sure to give all of his grandkids a can of pineapple chunks every year on Christmas. My parents are going to be doing the same for their grandkids this year, and when/if I eventually have grandkids, I will gladly continue the tradition. Chinese food Christmas Eve. Every year we would play bingo for prizes, lots of older people in the fam, and then we would have a zoological quiz for a prize. Lots of family members are in zoology and veterinary practice. They worked at Lincoln Park and Brookfield zoos in Chicago, still do. Yes, I'd be been backstage. I take a long sauna every Christmas morning. A nice game of try and grab the last present from under the spiky tree without getting stabbed. My family takes a cabbage, cuts a hole in the center, then fills the hole with a cooking sterno. We light the sterno on fire, then roast mini hot dogs over it. Margarita breakfast. I just lock myself in the house with my boyfriend, as we don't have family obligations. We drink gin tonic, eat some really good food, and play some coop Xbox games. It's the best smile. Christmas pickle. Find the pickle, win a prize. The Christmas pickle. Boxing Day, day after Christmas. The family spends the entire day in the Christmas PJs we received the day before. Each person gets to pick one movie and one board game to play, and each are picked in a random order. We play the games, watch the movies, and eat all the leftovers, and no one is allowed to leave the house. We have a couple celebrations with the grandparents happen the 2 weekends before. The weekend before is always with my dad's parents. We make up a big batch of pierogies and a big saucepan of onion butter that simmers for a few hours. My uncle makes the dough, my busher makes the filling, my dad stuffs them, and my mom or one of us grandkids boils them. After everyone has a couple, we open gifts and it's a great time. Christmas Day is much calmer. We make a veggie plate and a charcuterie to munch on all day and open presents and spend the day together. As young children, my extended family would all gather at my great-grandmother's house. We would congregate in the kitchen and sing Christmas songs. Pretty soon we would hear sleigh bells, and at a high window Santa would show us various toys that were not wrapped. All we could see was his red sleeve and white glove holding the present. So very exciting for us all. We would sing some more when we heard the sleigh bells ring again, signifying his departure. Then run to the living room with the Christmas tree to find a bunch of presents. Such fond memories of Christmas long past. The airing of grievances. I'm not from the US, so our traditions are a little different in general. We usually receive gifts from under the Christmas tree in the evening of 24th, right after the traditional Christmas dinner. The gifts are being delivered by baby Jesus for some reason. My parents were telling me that they left a naked tree in the selected, and closed, room for Jesus to come, to decorate it and to put gifts under it. They also left a ceramic bell. We had quite a few of those as various gifts, near the barely opened window, so that Jesus could signal us that he has done his part and we can come and see the tree. I was always hyped about the idea that I could actually see Jesus if I was fast enough after hearing the bell, but alas, every time after the dinner I was sent to bathroom to wash my hands, and who would have known, the bell started ringing precisely during that, and by the time I got back the ringing was gone. It was only later that I realized that the rest of aforementioned ceramic bells are stored conveniently right in the kitchen. My family has never done the traditional Christmas dinner. Instead we just got a bunch of fingers foods, cheese, crackers, summer sausage, cocktail weenies etc. Christmas Eve we'd watch a movie while eating, and after dinner we open presents. Watching the original Poseidon adventure every year. I know, but technically a holiday movie. This isn't something I do, but I know someone that a few years ago, back when I still did Facebook, posted a pic of their family's Christmas tree with all the presents under it. Normal, right? Before I could write on past the image, I noticed none of the gifts were wrapped. Basically they went to the store, bought stuff, then set it all right under the tree. I asked WTF and she said that's how her family has always done it. I haven't spoken to her in years. When I was young we'd open presents on Christmas Eve, but only after the first stat was visible. My sister and I would start stargazing in broad daylight in the late afternoon. We introduced a new tradition, being eating very sober, onion soup with bread, and the other day we prepare a very good meal. We race for our gifts from Grandma. Many years ago she started a tradition where you go head to head against a family member to see who gets their gift first. You have to place a nilla wafer on your forehead and move it into your mouth without using your hands. First one to eat their cookie wins. Being from a very competitive family, in recent years we've actually started building out a full bracket with a yearly champion that gets an automatic bye week the first round for the following year. The annual panic breakdown on Christmas Eve. I realize I haven't finished gifts and need to finish all of them in one day, and then I crochet, craft and paint like a mad woman until everything's done, and then I can have my panic attack in peace. Our family does the thing where you hide a pickle-shaped ornament on the tree and whoever finds it gets some pocket change. I was always told it was a German tradition, although I recently found out it probably originated in America, albeit by German immigrants. In any case, it's a fun thing we do that I've never really seen anyone else do, although it's an established tradition that I'm sure plenty of other people practice. We make tamales on Christmas Eve. There's a Christmas tradition in Catalonia called the cagetio. It's just a wooden log with a painted face and legs. You take care of it in your house with food and blankets, and Christmas Day you hit it with a stick and it shits presents. My mom's side of the family started the most awesome Christmas tradition. Instead of turkey or ham for Christmas dinner we have tacos. It all started because my grandmother was tired of cooking turkey 3 months in a row. One for Thanksgiving, one for Christmas, and one for my grandfather's birthday in January. She said that they had to come up with something new for Christmas so that there wasn't so turkey. My uncle picked tacos and it stuck, and it's been carried on to my generation, and I kept it going when I had my kids. Backstory: my mom, brother and I used to go to this restaurant in the mall starting when I was around 7 to 8 years old. We always used to get this chocolate mousse thing called pot de crème, am I spelling it right? And share it together as a treat. Well, one time we were there, my mom decided to ask for the recipe from the waiter so she could make it herself, and the waiter got it from the kitchen and gave it to my mom. My mom always used to joke afterwards that she probably had a poor guy fired for that. Ever since, my mom has been making for Christmas for our family, and it tastes even better than the restaurants. It's not a big thing, but every Christmas Eve since I was really little we've watched a Muppets Christmas Carol with my maternal grandparents. I think we've done it the last 15-16 years. We wait till it's late-ish and we're in all our PJs and watch it right before we all go to bed. It's a cute tradition, and I always think I'm sick of the movie and then get back into it once it's started playing. Smile. In our family we play Christmas tree punch. If you're not familiar with Punch Buggy Color, it's a game you play in the car where you punch someone if you see a Volkswagen Bug on the road, popular in the 70-80s. Same thing but with a Christmas twist: if you see a tree loaded on a car, you call it out loud and punch the nearest person. Only rule is, you can't do if they're pulling out of a tree a lot. My mum always puts a second tree up in the dining room with all mine and my sister's old decorations and baubles. Like a mini tree probably is the size of the average Christmas tree. I don't really feel that it's worth the effort, and although I've been trying to convince her one tree is enough, the sentiment is too much. I don't really remember where 90% of the baubles came from. Being the only one in the house without a partner. Watching 24 hours of A Christmas Story lol. No, we don't watch it for all 24 hours, but most definitely get in at least one viewing during Christmas Eve all day and have it playing in the background while we open presents and whatnot during the day. On my mom's side, my grandpa gets each of us a card and $25. Each and every year, we embellish the card, saying how and why each of us are our grandpa's favorites. It's a downright hoot. Then there's my other side, and we always have white people tacos or sloppy joes and homemade chocolate pudding with frozen whipped cream. We have to miss them this year due to COVID, but we did a smoked turkey for ourselves yesterday and we'll do ribs on Christmas Day. So not quite the same, but still tasty. We're still finding cool traditions for us to do with our girls. They're nearly 3 and 1, so we have to figure it out relatively quickly, but it won't be this year, I don't think.